So there are three cases when we have to test for extraneous solutions. So basically what an extraneous solution is like, let's say we have an equation, maybe like, x squared minus 16 is equal to 0. And let's say we solve for x and we got x is equal to 1, 2, 3. Obviously they're not, but we're just saying, let's say we used algebra and we got this, right? We know it's not true, but let's just say, we got this, alright? So what we'll do, we might get 2, 3, 4, however many answers we get. What we're going to do is we're going to plug it back into the original equation. So let's plug in 1. Suppose we got 1, let's plug it back in. So we'll say the square root of 1 minus 16 is equal to 0. This will be radical negative 15 is equal to 0. But is this true? This is not true. So therefore, we call 1 an extraneous solution. So extraneous, spelled like this, extraneous solution. And it's extraneous because we got it using algebra, like when we solved this, right? And we got x is equal to, right? We got these three values. But when we plug it in, we see that it doesn't work. But if I have to check every single time when I'm solving an algebraic expression, I get like 4 values, right? I don't want to check all of them every single time. That'll take too long, right? Fortunately, there's only 3 cases that we have to worry about. And these 3 cases is whenever we're dividing by a variable. For example, what this is very similar to this one. Case 1 and 3 are very similar, but a little different. So we'll talk about them too first. So dividing by a variable is like this, like you have like x squared and you have maybe we have something like we have to solve for x, and maybe for whatever reason we want to divide by x on both sides, and then we will get 16 is equal to 205 over x. Now the fact that we divided by a variable, this falls into our first case, and it also, if we just have this, we also have a second case. And the reason why we have these, and this one says fraction with variable in the denominator, we have a variable in the denominator, right? This is the denominator of a fraction, and we have a variable. And the reason we check in these kind of cases is, let's say I have it written like this. So 205 over x, we cannot have x cannot be equal to 0, because we can never divide by 0, right? So that's why, like, whenever you're dividing by variables and you get answers, or whenever you have a fraction with just variables in the denominator, always good call to just check for extraneous solutions. Now, there's just the last case is that basically whenever we're dealing with radicals, so basically anything like this, x squared minus 16 is equal to 0. You see a radical, when you get your x, you better plug it back in and see if it works. So these are only 3 cases, and it's only 3 cases, alright?